What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be unboxing the DJI Osmo Mobile 6 and giving my first impressions. Alright, so the box was a lot easier to open than I thought it would be. And it looks like when you lift up this front flap, it has some generalized instructions on how to mount your phone. See what's in the next folder. Alright, well, we got a package full of most likely documentation and such. Ooh, no, this is actually our Osmo Mobile carrying bag, which is pretty cool. I do think it feels pretty nice. It's fairly soft, I will say. I most likely will not be using this just because it's not typically my thing to be organized. I'm messy, what can I say? Let's see what else we got. Next up is gonna be the tripod feet. Now these are fairly cool in their convenience. These gimbal feet are really good, especially when you're trying to get a time lapse with motion in there. So I'm glad, obviously it comes with this. The OM5 came with these and I used them. They're pretty cool. I love the fact that the color is now black instead of a light gray. I think it looks a lot better. We've got the iconic phone mount. This is what holds your phone onto the gimbal. I do wish it was a little bit softer, easier to pull on and off, and I kind of wish it was thinner, but I understand it needs to be a certain thickness. It's probably pretty hard for you guys to see here, but these are some anti-slip pads that come with this, just so your phone doesn't slip out of the gimbal holder, it's nice. Additionally, in this first box, it looks like we have a general, USB Type-C cable, and then that's it for this box. This box is pretty much empty. We got some silica in case you need to keep your things dry, And finally, of course, we have the gimbal itself, what we've all been waiting for. And here we are. Here is the DJI Osmo Mobile 6. It looks really nice. A lot better in this dark gray or charcoal, almost, maybe a black, I don't know what they call it. I will say the light gray I was never a fan of. This feels a little bit bigger. Oh. And it's on. That's how you turn it on and off. You literally just open it up, extend it, and it turns on. And then when you want to turn it off, you just grab it, fold it, and it's off. That's convenient. The scroll wheel is a nice addition. It looks like it can spin forever. This is how you control your zoom and how you control your focus if you use their app. The joystick does feel a lot better. I hear that the OM5, no matter how hard you push it to the side, it's always going to move the gimbal at the same exact speed. So the fact that this gimbal, this little knob here, you're able to move it slower or not as far and it won't make the gimbal move as quickly. Obviously we got the new menu mode, we got the record button, and we got the camera flip. I'm gonna save all that for another video when I'm actually able to test this out. That way I'm able to give you guys an informed decision. Overall, first impressions, this thing's pretty cool. I like it. So here I have the phone clamp. It's magnetic, obviously you just clamp it on your phone and it sticks to the gimbal. I'm gonna put it on my iPhone and see how it works. Okay, I've got a pretty beefy case. It's the leather one that Apple sells, and it fits perfectly fine. It didn't feel like I was pulling on it too much or anything like that. Let's go ahead and connect it like this. Now there's a bump on the back of the mount, so you have to make sure it lines up with the back of your gimbal holder. All right, so we're turned on. Nice, okay, so I just used it for about, 3 minutes. And I can already tell there's a pretty big difference between the OM5 and the OM6. I'm exaggerating, it's not that big of a difference. The motors do feel stronger compared to the OM5, I will say. It almost feels like I'm able to be more precise with my movements, which I really like. The gimbal does feel bigger. There are these beautiful orange accents on the gimbal. They look great. And one of the biggest differences between this one and the OM5 is that this one comes with a screen. Now obviously I don't know all the screen mechanics and what it does exactly. I've not done research on that. Looking at a screen is a lot more convenient than looking at just the simple green dots that the OM5 had. This definitely feels a little bit more robust. I'd say the OM5 felt a little bit more fragile. This one feels a little bit more hefty, a little bit better in the fingers. And as you guys probably know, it extends. This is gonna be about 8.5 inches in length, which really, it helps you get that extra distance. Also, with the different leverage, you're able to get different kind of shots, maybe more smooth depending on how you try to get them. Overall, this thing does weigh about 10.9 ounces, which isn't too bad. It's not too heavy. Maybe with your phone on there, your arm might get a little tired if you got small arms like me. But hey, this is something you have to get over. It's not too bad. It feels good. It feels good. Now, I wish I had the iPhone 14 just because I know the camera quality is a little bit better on that thing. That's what I look like just using the extension pole or telescopic pole. Whatever you want to call it. I think it looks pretty good and you're able to get some pretty smooth shots. You know, yeah, this feels pretty good. I'm happy with this. This isn't bad. The motors do feel a lot more responsive than the OM5. It's blowing my mind. Whenever I twist it to the left or to the right, it feels a lot quicker. It feels a lot more seamless. It seems like it's doing it with a lot more ease. So I've said that there's not much of a difference between the OM5 and the OM6 here. One difference is gonna be the price. Now this thing comes in at $159. While the OM5 currently is selling for $129. Now, so we're looking at about a $30 difference. Would I recommend you get the OM5 over this just for that $30 savings? I'd say spend the extra money to get the OM6 just because it happens to be better. But if you have an OM5, I would not see any reason to upgrade. I did have an OM5. I upgraded for not what you think. I lost the back magnet part, and I saw if I wanted to have one of those shipped to me, it would take days, right? I would have to wait like a week or 2 weeks, but I'm trying to grind on this YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying? So instead of waiting that time, I decided to just go ahead and purchase my OM6. That way, I don't have to worry about waiting that week. And I was able to get this the same day that I realized that I lost it. Credit is a beautiful thing. Speaking of credit, if you guys don't mind leaving a like on this video if you found it helpful. Also, leave a comment down below if there's anything I might be able to help you out with. I'm just trying to make the best content for you that I can. Obviously, iPhones have great stabilization, but with the help of a gimbal, it's just gonna be a little bit better, you know? I really just want to talk about the different features of this gimbal in a different video. I want to get some hands-on experience of it so I can give it a proper review. Seems like we still have the trigger, which is nice. Looks like that stops it from changing directions, keeps it pointed in a singular direction. Overall, I'm liking this a lot. But how is it for getting B-roll of small objects? Let's find out. Here I have my wallet. It's a beautiful wallet. Click the card right up there. Watch the video on it. Anyways, I'm gonna see how this gimbal does at getting small details. You know, I'm actually a lot happier with this close-up detail shot than I thought I would be. I thought it would be all over the place. I thought it wouldn't be much of a difference for me just holding it with both my hands. But I am able to see a difference. I'm definitely gonna be using this for a lot of product shots and just like those close-up cinematic sequences, you know. Maybe this opening sequence would have been better if I had this already. Now you might be wondering who a gimbal like this might be for. This is probably gonna be for somebody that isn't able to get a big expensive Sony a7S III. You know, they only have a few bucks. This is $159, so it's not too expensive, especially if you already spent money on an expensive iPhone or any other phone. But this is really gonna help you to get those shots that you might be trying to get. Those smooth, cinematic, B-roll-esque, you know, or maybe if you're vlogging with a telescopic pole, it might work out pretty well. Now, if you're interested in getting this gimbal, I would highly recommend you use my affiliate link down below. Not only does that help me out so I can make better videos for you, but it's also just an easy way for you to get your gimbal. Overall, my first impressions of this entire gimbal have been pretty good. Overall, I don't have any gripes or issues. The unboxing process was smooth. All the information I need is on the inside with the QR code. Everything feels very premium and very robust. Doesn't feel cheap at all. Overall, I'm happy with my purchase. If you get something like this, I'm sure you will be too. There's a good chance if you're a fan of DJI, you're interested in their drones as well. Click this video right over here so you can learn how to take amazing shots.